Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay. One thing that has struck me with almost all of Donald Trump's court cases is that no family members show up for him. His wife is not there to support him. His spawn aren't there to support him. He's always on his own. And I'm just really intrigued with this New York criminal trial. So far, nobody's shown up to support him. It's really an unusual thing. I'd like to think that if I was on trial, that my wife would show up, or I'd have family members showing up to provide moral support. So I want to look at the energy. I'm looking over Nico is bombing my Tarot of the Seven Seas broadcast today. He is now asleep on my computer chair over in the corner here. So I want to look at the energy of Trump's family members and why they aren't showing up. Entertainment purposes only. This would be a little bit gossipy, but it's a legit question. So, generally speaking, why aren't members of his family showing up? And then I'll read on the kids and Melania. So this could end up being a longer read. Entertainment purposes only. Why aren't they showing up? High Priestess, because they know better. It's like, the less you know, the better off you are, type of thing. Because once you know, and you can't live in your little fantasy world. So it's literally sticking your head in the sand or covering your ears, closing your eyes and saying la, 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 not listening. And it might just be painful to watch. They just, and I hate to say it, but it's just like they don't care. Let's see what crosses with it. Well, if you pay me, I'll show up. Good Lord, what kind of family is this? Okay, that could be wrong. It maybe, well, it's not. Here's the deal. And then we got the King of Cups. The big baby, that is Donald Trump, has always used money as a manipulation of his family. So there's no real love there. I do think that Don Jr. loved his dad and wanted his dad's approval. I imagine Eric Trump wanted his dad's approval too, but I think Jr. really, really wanted it. Ivanka, she learned she can manipulate her dad to get what she wanted. So she can manipulate to get money. Junior just wanted he wanted his dad to, probably play baseball with him, play catch in the backyard type of thing. I'm not sure what Eric wants, but in the end, it's just Trump could never give his kids what they wanted or needed because he's too much about himself. He was never that loving father. He's just, all about what he wants when he wants it. So anything, here you go. Anything, if this was their mom on trial, they would all be there in a New York minute. Because mom actually was a mom to them. Dad, he just holds money over them and holds power over them. So I think I think that there's just a difference. They would have been there for their mom. They won't be there for their dad. In the past is Three of Pentacles. It's just the garbage that they had to go through growing up with their father. And to me, this is the trifecta of, Junior, Ivanka, and Eric. Just the love wasn't there for their dad. They're not connected to him. Again, I think, Eric and Junior wanted that connection, but Ivanka, she was put up on a pedestal, so she learned how to manipulate. But in the end of the day, there's no connection with their father. There just isn't. Junior's out there fighting for him, and he wants that connection, but his dad will never give him what he wants. Because if you give him what he wants, you're not controlling him. again, entertainment purposes only. I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't role play in one of my D&D group, but when you want to control somebody or have power over somebody, you have to dangle something in front of them, something of value, and you can't ever give it to them. You always have to keep it just a little out of reach, so they keep trying to reach for it. They get a taste of it. Maybe you give them a little bit, then you pull it away. It's manipulative, horribly manipulative. And the High Priestess and its lowest energy is about manipulation and such. And I think that's what it is. Trump has always been manipulative of them. Current situation, he's left them out in the cold pretty much their entire lives, and he uses money as the cudgel to get them to do what he wants to do. So now when it comes time that the family could be there for him, they choose not to be there, because that's not the type of family they are. If they showed up in the courtroom, I don't know if Trump would even appreciate it, to be honest. It might be something as simple as that. He doesn't expect them to be there. If they showed up, it wouldn't be appreciated anyways, so why bother making the effort? Pay me, maybe I'll show up. If he really wanted to show up, kind of like folks at his rally, he would pay him the $50. The overarching energy is the Six of Swords. Honestly, I think the Spawn and the wife are just fine letting him go to court by himself and writing out this. They're looking for the safe harbor. They want to move away from this and go to a calmer place. They don't want the turmoil. And, if he's held accountable, they may have some peace in their life. The lesson to be learned, Trump was stingy with his thoughts, he was stingy with his love, and he was stingy with his efforts. And all of it was stingy with the money and things of value. When you're Ebenezer Scrooge, when you die, nobody's going to show up to your funeral. The neighbors will come up and steal all your items, but nobody's going to mourn your loss. You'll be alone on your journey to the other side, because you valued money more than anything else over your family or anything. You didn't share. You didn't open up and be an authentic person with these people. And you're just getting what you put out there. The outcome is temperance. As their dad goes through this trial, there might be kind of an outpouring of sympathy, but it might also just be like a karmic thing. Like, it's not the karma card, but it's kind of like here's a taste of your own medicine. You've been toxic to other people for so long that maybe in your moment of need, they're just not there for you. They're not there emotionally. The emotional support that you would want isn't there. How sad. How sad. And also, this is a card of, again, healing. Now think about him convalescing if he were to get sick. Who's going to be there to help him with his health when he's sick? When you've treated people so poorly? They're going to not be there to help you with your bad health. They're going to go off and do their own thing. They're going to go to the Seychelles or to Israel or to the Hamptons, They don't need you. You weren't there for them. Why? And in their times of need, why would they be there for you? And then I really should throw to see if they're salty about how he treated their mother. For folks who just recently joined this channel, the "Why was Ivana Trump cremated so quickly" video has just been exploding with views. It's been an absolute riot to see. It's like, wow, I did that thing over a year ago, but there's generated a lot of interest. If you go to Conspiracy Corner playlist, there was a follow-up reading I did to that one. it was meant to be a bit sillier and lighthearted. The Conspiracy Corner playlist, I'll indulge in the hot dogs and mac and cheese type readings. They're a little bit different than the Afternoon Delights or the Quickie by the Bays. In that, I'll just go ahead and read on a topic that conspiracy theories love, and we'll just do a deep dive in it type of thing, just to see what's going on with that. The Quickies are more sarcastic. It's taking like, oh, you've been torturing us for so long. We're gonna clap back a little bit here and laugh a little bit about the outrageousness of your situation because you've tortured us. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun at your expense. Okay, so Melania. Will Melania show up for Donald's trial? Now she's urging Donald to fight. Fight like your marriage depends on it type of thing. Some folks have speculated that she's got an out clause in her prenup that said if Donald Trump cheats, she gets fully funded or she gets an extra bonus or something along those lines. So you could, if that were the case, you could see why she wants him to fight, go out there and testify and really hang yourself so I can get out of here type of thing. But she's been conspicuously absent from his trials. Not exactly the thing that a loving, devoted spouse would do. I assure you, Michelle would be in the first row if I was on trial for something like this. Okay. Melania, are you going to be showing up for this trial at all? This card wanted to flip up. It's now on the top. Let's see. Let's see what Spirit had in store for us with this one. 5 of Swords. Well, I don't know if she's going to be at the trial, but Melania is going to take all her stuff. While Trump's on trial, she's clearing out the apartment type of thing. I think for Melania, this is for all the marbles. If she really does have something in her prenup saying you've cheated, I get everything. That, and now when I say everything, I don't mean like she gets everything he owns. It just means like, it's like a poison pill. If you've ever worked in a company that had stock options, one of the ways that they try to make the hostile takeover less palatable is to say that all stock options given to all employees are immediately funded instead of waiting over like a 3-year, 4-year, 5-year period. And then, the employees can all get fully paid and they don't have to stick around. And then you get the brain drain that comes with that. That's kind of the vibe that I would get with this card. She might really have something in here that allows her to do that. But this is also the, Donald, fight. You say you're a fighter, go fight. Go put these Michael Cohen and Stephanie Clifford and Karen McDougal, go put them in their place. Fight for me. And then it's crossed by the victory card here in the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Fight and win, or have everybody looking at you. By fighting this, everybody's going to be looking at him. And if everybody's paying attention and he is found to have done this, I think she has a bunch of money that lands in her lap. It's like Barron's Trust when he turned 18, she gets fully funded by this. And it's a public spectacle. Everybody's going to know. It gives her a reason to say, clutch your pearls, pass out on the fainting couch that your husband cheated on you. The horror of it all. I need air. And maybe, honestly, another way to look at it, she feels if he fights, he's going to win. And everything's good in her world. In the past, we got the Lover's card. Okay. These women are saying they had an affair with you, Donald. Is that true? No, Melania, I would never, ever cheat on you. You're the most incredible wife I've ever had. And trust me, I've had lots of wives. I know wives I know wives better than almost anybody except Elizabeth Taylor. But she didn't have wives. She had husbands, like 7 of them. Sorry. Shiniest wives, the best wives ever. Strongest wives. So the Lover's card. This is about the allegations of the affairs that are going on. This once upon a time, I suspect Melania really was into Donald. Well, a long time ago. Like, I'm willing to have your baby long time ago type of thing. But I think this is about the affairs, the allegations of the affairs going through here. Current situation. She might be, I have a hard time believing this, but she might be just a touch naive on this. That could be one way to interpret it. I think the other way to interpret is, if he fights and loses, this is an absolute gift to her. I think that's more what I'd be willing to believe. Yeah, because it's the court system. Yeah, this is about a gift to her. This is fighting it in the court systems. Trump fight. Everybody's going to see it. It's about these allegations. I'm sure you're just being nice to those women. We're going to fight out in court. It could also be, you fight, I win, because you had an affairs, and this frees me up from my prenup, and I can go home now. And the court, it's going to be documented in the courts regardless. Oh gosh, lesson to be learned is the Four of Wands. While Trump is seeing a jail cell, she's seeing a divorce lawyer. See you later. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, type of thing. Have fun in prison. I won't be here for it. She's going to know, if not that she doesn't already know, but she's going to know. And I think, yeah. By the way, none of this says she's going to be in court, by the way. None of this says she's going to be in court. It would be naive for her to go to court. Maybe okay, outcome. The Magician. No, this still falls right underneath the girl. She's gone. She's gone. Melania's gone. If she's naive, she might show up at the court. But I'm not seeing it. I am not seeing it. She's going to be off doing her own thing. This whole court case is just for her to go and get her prenup funded. No, I don't see Melania in the court case. I'm not seeing it. I mean, the Four of Wands could be, she shows up, but it's the lesson to be learned type thing. Be naive if she showed up. And I can't see it. I can't see it. I cannot see her showing up in that courtroom for this. If Donald were testifying, she might... Oh, I should ask that. If Trump testifies, because he's making noise about wanting to testify, which would be the most horrible thing ever. Look, he's going to be found guilty. He is going to be found guilty whether he testifies or not. It's going to be just an absolute show if he testifies. If Trump testifies, will Melania show up for his testimony and the subsequent cross-examination? That would be amazing. Little four-carder. Would she show up if Trump testified? Barking at the moon. His testimony would be crazy. Knight of Swords. King of Swords. The Emperor. I'm not getting anything that says that she would show up for it. I think she would just... If he testified, he would be barking at the moon crazy. It would just seal... It would seal the deal on the jury. They would just look at him like, this dude's just plain bonkers. He says things. He says whatever he says. This would be, to me, this would be just the perjury. The one perjury statement, perjured statement after another. And it would get him busted for more charges. The judge, it would almost be like the judge would be so embarrassed. He'd have to say, we I can't bring up another court case for all the perjury this guy commits in one sitting. He'd have to tell the jury that this is an unreliable witness and that you're to ignore everything he said, or look at what he said in the most negative light possible. No, she won't show up for it. She's not showing up. She's not going to be there. Oh man, what a messed up family. And again, the laughter isn't like I'm laughing at their misfortune as much as it's like it borders on ridiculous. It's so unbelievable it gets to the point of ridiculousness, and you're just like, oh my god, could you guys do any worse? I mean, seriously, could you do any worse? It gets beyond sad or anything like that to the point of it's comical. It's like you guys couldn't be more dysfunctional if you tried. But man, you hit rock bottom and then you start digging. That's amazing. All right. Will any of the Trump kids show up? Will the Trump kids show up? Ivanka might. Maybe. Maybe not. What we got here is woman with money. It could be that, maybe showing up is financially favorable to you. But I honestly think that they've got, to me, the vibe is, I've got my nice things. I don't have time to go to that dingy little courtroom and hear all the lies about my father. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I've got a spa day and I've got to have my lunch with my friends, and oh yes, and then I have to have I need to meet the kids at the house after the chauffeur picks them up and the au pair shuffles them off to their rooms to do their homework type of thing. That's Ivanka reading, obviously. Eric and Junior would be different. Crossed with the world card. Yeah, they're too busy in their own world to bother with this. All three of them are, they're off in their own world doing their own thing. Junior and Eric are too busy running the business. They don't have time to go run down there. They're making money for their father. Ivanka's too busy being a mother / kept woman. Yeah, bringing things full circle. Their dad wasn't what they're for all this BS about, oh, my son's going to be graduating, I'm not going to be there for it. He wasn't there for any of his kids' graduations. Why would they be there for his court date? Nope, they're all off doing their own thing, living their lives. In the past, the Queen of Wands. Yeah. Baron won't be there either. He's got school. Tiffany won't be there. Because reasons. It's the mom that did everything for the kids. It's always the mom that was doing things for the kids, not the dad. They would have been there if this was Ivana. They would have been there. They're not going to be there for their dad. Current situation is the drunken hillbilly brow card. Hey, who had that on their bingo card? They're busy lives. They've got lots of things to do. They don't have time for this type of thing. Not to mention this court case is going to be an absolute show. It could also be looking forward. They may not think that their dad has the greatest chance to be reelected. I know Junior and Eric might think so. Ivanka probably knows that he doesn't. If they needed to be in the public eye for some reason, then they would do that. So, to me, Junior would be the one most likely to show up because he's the one who likes to stir up the pot. Ivanka's been lying, and Jared Kushner have been lying low. Eric, whatever. There's a lot going on, and there's just a lot going on. And I don't think they want to be a part of this. I don't think this would drag them down. They weren't part of this. But also, Who wants to hear about your dad philandering around with a Playboy bunny or assaulting an adult film star? Who wants to hear about that? Who wants to hear about all the ways that they tried to hide this? They know their dad. They know this is exactly something that he would do. Why would you want to be a part of that? Overarching energy is the Two of Wands. But they're watching. They're going to pay attention because it does impact their future, especially with his finances. But it might also be that they understand that his finances, subsequently, their finances are in deep, deep trouble. So they might be doing stuff right now, trying to figure out how to secure their financial future while Donald Trump's world comes crashing down around him, because actions have consequences and the consequences have arrived. Lesson to be learned is the Three of Pentacles. You know, that same card, how he ghosted them when they were kids, they're ghosting him as an adult. They would have been there for their mom. Their mom actually cared in however the way that Ivana cared for her kids. She would have cared, and you know, maybe if Ivana was alive, she would have had them go down there. But yeah, mom's gone, and the kids are gone. They've checked out. Out comes the Death card. This is kind of like, you know, now, first off, they're not showing up. This is also, you know, their dad's brought down. Here's the kids looking away, trying not to look at death as he tramples their father. This really is kind of like the end of their relationship with him. Or they understand that their relationship with their father is over. Probably, again, how he treated their mother. The kids are united on that front. So I would not expect the kids to, the spawn, the adult spawn of Donald Trump to be there. His wife's not going to be there. His adult spawn are not going to be there. And I think, again, if this was Ivana, they would have showed up. They would have all been there front and center supporting their mom. Not so their dad. And it's what he gets. That's how he treated them. He's just getting back what he put out there. In some ways, in a very condensed timeline, all the ripples that Donald Trump has sent out into this world are all bouncing back to him. And he's going to find out just how isolated and lonely a person he really is. Because, you know, he didn't put out love. He controlled people with money and power. And his power is being taken away. His money is being taken away, which means his control is being taken away. And all that's left is his goodwill and his generosity that was done out of love as opposed to control. And with him, there isn't a whole lot of that out there, which is why he's not getting much back. It's a sad, sad end to his tale, but it's the tale that he wrote, and this is the natural conclusion to it. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you for your likes, shares, comments, everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so this video makes it out to a wider audience. To folks discovering this channel recently or for the first time, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you finding us. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.